Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Championship Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a wonderful time of the year. Excuse me, as I feel like I just exited out of a sauna because Minnesota decided to just absolutely poop on us today with some snow. And so, in order to make sure your car isn't freezing, we gotta crank the sucker up. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy Championship Sunday. Happy week 17 to you all as well. Hope you all had a very, very, very wonderful and Merry Christmas as well. Um, hope you all got maybe something under the tree this year that was worth your while. Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Let's dive into your starts and sits. We've had 5 games already, so pretty small kind of selection to choose from today. More than it's a smaller selection than usual. So um hopefully you didn't go up against Derrick Henry. Hopefully you had Derrick Henry. Um or I'm trying to think back who else had a decent game. Maybe you had RJ Harvey, maybe you had Omari and Hampton. Hopefully you had one of those guys in your lineup this week to kind of give you a nice little head start. So uh if that's the case, wonderful. If not, it's time to build up and try to mount a huge comeback to lock down the our championship belts, rings, whatever your prize is. Maybe it's a payout. Who knows? But we're gonna lock that in this week. Trey, let's start with you over on YouTube. Jacoby Brissett, Jackson Dart. That is a Jacoby Brissett one for me. Last time I checked, let me pull this up. Last time I checked, the Cincinnati Arizona game is the highest point total of the week. Shootout. That's what I see. So yeah, give me the quarterback in the shootout. Nathaniel over on YouTube with Kittle out. Who should I pick up off the wire? I currently also have Waller. I definitely don't trust Waller. I really don't like anything about Miami other than Devon Achane at this point with their quarterback situation. So if you're needing a waiver wire option, I think the top 3 that I'm looking at today: Colson Loveland, I'm looking at AJ Barner, and I'm also maybe more of a I don't know if hidden gem is the right word, but definitely more of a fringe. No, not even a fringe. What am I trying to say? It's Jay Tonjes, who's the backup tight end for the 49ers. Who should be playing. Ricky Pearsall should play. So it's not exactly like a copy, it's not a carbon copy of what he had earlier this year when it was just him and Juwan Jennings and Kendrick Bourne. But I feel like Tonjes is kind of a sneaky little play now at this point. So in the chip this week, let's go. In the ship, let's go. Drake May or Trevor Lawrence, Genty Olave or Drake London, and Pitts or Fannin. Pitts is an interesting one for me just because obviously with Drake London back in the fold, how good can it really be? It was still pretty good last week with Arizona. I think I'm going to ride Pitts. I don't have much faith with Fannin. I shouldn't say I don't have much faith. I'm just worried about the injury status. He was good to, it was like they're going to test it out pregame. Now it's good to go. I just, I just don't. I get bad vibes with Fannin this week. So I would definitely go Pitts, then Genty Olave or Drake London. If I had to choose one, I kind of lean Genty, but I might, if you're not sold on the Raiders or you're not willing to take the risk, Chris Olave is definitely the guy to go with then. And then between Drake May and Trevor Lawrence, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong. I'm probably going to lean Drake May, but Trevor Lawrence is on an absolute heater right now. I don't hate going Lawrence. You can't go wrong with the quarterback spot, in my opinion. Good morning, man. Good morning. Travion or Chase Brown for running back 2, then Darnold or Caleb, Fannin or Barner in full PPR. That one I'm probably still going to roll out with Fannin. Between Caleb Williams and Sam Darnold, I'm going to go Caleb Williams, man. Going to go Caleb Williams, and then your running back 2, definitely go Chase Brown on that one. Let's see here. Tetaroa McMillan, Brian Thomas Jr., Luther Burden, pick 1. Man, I don't think Luther is the right pick there. I know I don't feel great about BTJ because of his floor, especially now that Sauce Gardner is back in the lineup for the Colts. So if you're going to match up outside on outside, that's Brian Thomas Jr. territory. So I'm probably going to go Tet. I'm not worried. The sickness thing doesn't really bother me at all. I'm gonna roll with Tet on that one. Full PPR: Chase Brown or Kenny Gainwell, Michael Wilson or Wan'Dale Robinson. Elijah, you're welcome. I got you with this one. I'm still rolling out Chase Brown. I know Kenny Gainwell is on a heater as well, but Chase Brown with that Bengals offense on the shootout, yes, please. Michael Wilson or Wan'Dale Robinson. In my rankings, I currently have Michael Wilson as my wide receiver 17. Wan'Dale is my wide receiver 19. It's going to be kind of a theme throughout today. More times than not, I'm going to lean on the side of your Bengals and Cardinals players just because of the matchup and the shootout that could happen today. So Michael Wilson, Chase Brown in that one for me. Who should I start? Jaylen Warren or JT? Also T-Law or Josh Allen. Last one, AJ Barner, Tyler Warren. Personally, I kind of like AJ Barner more than Tyler Warren. A lot of people are holding out hope for Tyler Warren, and I think I've seen enough the past 2 weeks with Phillip Rivers that we just can't be. We can't. This is not the same Tyler Warren. So I'm going to go AJ Barner, T-Law, Josh Allen. I think you still got to go Josh Allen. I had the same question. Now it wasn't Trevor Lawrence exactly, but I'm staring down in a 6-point touchdown league. I'm staring down Josh Allen versus Brock Purdy. The fellas convinced me to go Josh Allen. I feel like this is a very similar case. Yes, Trevor Lawrence has been on a heater, but you can't go against your studs in championship week. So I would roll Josh Allen, then JT and Jaylen Warren. Still got to roll out JT. I don't feel great about either just because of their current situations as well, but at least maybe in the weirdest way, Baltimore gives me some kind of hope that the Colts can follow the blueprint. Like let the offense go through Jonathan Taylor. I know it's tough today against that Washington or that Jacksonville defense, but you gotta get the ball into your best player's hands. So Kyle over on Facebook, championship game. Let's go. Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Taysom Hill, or Darnell Washington. Wide receiver London risk the switch with him being questionable, or Alec Pierce. Drake London should play this week. Then in your tight end spot, probably Taysom Hill, but I'm not really convinced that last week is what we're going to get today. So your next best option is Kincaid or Dawson Knox, but I don't like them against Philly this week and the weather in that game as well. So I think your answer is going to be Taysom Hill, but if Jay Tonjes is available, I would go pick up Jay Tonjes. I would go pick up Colson Loveland. Any of those streamer options I mentioned before, I would definitely go pick one of them up and play them instead of your tight ends there. William over on YouTube in the championship. Let's go. Start Jacksonville or the Tampa Bay defense. Well, Tampa is going up against Miami, backup quarterback. Jacksonville against Indy. I think I'm going to roll with Jacksonville on that one. Sport Prodigy on YouTube. Ramondre, Rico, Michael Carter, Burden, pick 2. Also Fannin or Barner. That one I'm still going Fannin, but then between the two, or picking 2 between Stevenson, Dowdle, Michael Carter, and Burden, I'm going to pick Michael Carter. And I mean, so when I made my rankings earlier this week, it was on the assumption that Travion was going to be out. Now that he is out, I had Ramondre already as a low-end running back too, but now that Travion is playing, I am going to pull back on that a little bit. But I don't feel great about Rico either. So give me the two guys in the 2 highest projected scoring games this week. Give me Burden and give me Michael Carter. Let's see here. I just don't even know about JT because they're eliminated versus a brutal Jags defense. Kind of a similar situation to what happened last year, though, when he went on that kind of like 30-point run per game, or 30-point per game week run in the playoffs. They've got nothing to play for, so just keep it simple. You know what I mean? Got a lot of questions for this league. I need high upside for full PPR. Drake made Josh Allen. He's still going to go Josh Allen. You know what? When it's Drake May, though, I think you can get away with it. Go Drake May on that one. Pick two between Travion, Bucky, Dylan Sampson, Rico Dowdle. I'm going Henderson and Bucky on that one. Wide receiver is Burden or Tet. I'm still going to go Tet on that one. Pitts or Goddard, then go Pitts, and then pick one of those for the flex between Goddard, Burden, Sampson, and Dowdle. Man. Probably Burden. I'm probably going to go Burden on that one. Yo, what's up? Henderson or Ramondre today? Definitely going to go with Travion. Not expecting what we're hoping for with Travion today is kind of the explosives, which could very well happen because it's the Jets. So, yes. Lucas over on Facebook, Taysom Hill or Dallas Goedert. I don't feel great about Goddard this week, but at the same time, I also don't feel great about Taysom Hill. Gosh, I think I'm still going to go with Goddard on the chance that he gets like a red zone touchdown, red zone package type thing. Problem is the weather just doesn't cooperate. You need like the shovel pass touchdown. That's the exact kind of play that you need. I don't have any kind of numbers to tell you how likely that is or how unlikely that is, but that's exactly what you're hoping for. Taysom Hill last week could be the fluke of all flukes. So I lean Goddard. Don't feel great about it, though. Robbie over on Facebook, pick 1-2 flex. Jacoby Myers, Jalen Warren, Henderson, Waddle, or Devonta Smith. And for quarterbacks, Hurts or Stafford in full PPR. I got you, Robbie. You should start Stafford. And then in the flex, I'm going to go Jacoby Myers. Henderson's floor worries me enough. Devonta, I don't like the matchup. Waddle, I don't like the backup quarterback. Jalen Warren, it's impossible to project, so I'm going to go Jacoby on that one. Avery over on YouTube, Alec Pierce, Trey Tucker, Jake Tonjes, Jalen Coker, Michael Mayer, or Jawan Johnson in the flex, and then defense. Oh boy, Jacksonville or Pitts, Taysom, Tonjes, Loveland, or Barner. Okay, in your flex, I'm going to go with probably Jawan Johnson. Your defense, I'm definitely going to go Pittsburgh. And then your tight end, probably Loveland, then Tonjes, then Barner. That's how I look at that. Nick, my man, Steelers defense or Saints defense. I like the Saints defense this week against the Titans. I would definitely roll with the Saints. Ryan over on Facebook, Michael Mayer, Kobe Parkinson, or Gesicki. Oh, I completely forgot that Brock Bowers is out. That's why Michael Mayer might be a little bit more intriguing. I'm going to go Michael Mayer on that one. If you want to, you can try to get away with the Gesicki pick. My thing is just we're not getting a ton of volume, so we need a touchdown. You can see why I'm pretty hesitant on that one. So I'm going to roll out with Michael Mayer on that one. Henderson or Bucky. Also, I need tight end recommendations since Kittle is out. I'm in an 8-person league. So that Colson Loveland should be available. Brenton Strange should be available. My top 2 targets, though, Jawan Johnson and Hunter Henry. If those 2 guys are available, I would definitely try to choose one of them. Championship, let's go. Benched Bill Krosky for Henderson on Christmas. I don't blame you for that. I need 2, Hendo, Carter, Ted, or Washington. Hampton helped yesterday. He absolutely did. I also benched Burrow for Dak. Dak balled out. Can't go wrong with that one. So 2 between Hendo, Carter, Ted, and Washington. Hendo is definitely going to be one of them. and it's then between Carter and Tet for me. Man. Probably Tet. Probably Tet still. We got to that one already. Adam, Michael Pittman, or Chimere DK. DK against the Saints. Probably gonna go Pittman. At least like the Colts have been throwing around the ball, you know what I mean? So that's probably where I'm going. There we go. Blue cheese with Kittle out. Who should I start at tight end? Strange, Taysom, Tonjes, Mayer, Gesicki, or Parkinson. I would definitely go Brenton Strange over them. If I had to rank it, I would go Strange, Tonjes, Mayer, Taysom, Gesicki, Parkinson. Pick one. Tight ends, Juwan Johnson or Pitts. I'm definitely going to go Pitts on that one. Wide receiver, Myers or Jennings. I like Juwan Jennings, but I also like Jacoby Myers. Myers is my wide receiver 21. Jennings is my wide receiver 14. I like both, but I like Jennings just a little bit more. And Patriots or Saints defense, go Patriots defense on that one for sure. Nathaniel, again, start one. Wide receiver, Mike Evans, T. Higgins, Marv, Michael Wilson, also Purdy or Brissett. I like Brock Purdy more than Brissett this week. Purdy is my quarterback 7. Jacoby is my quarterback 9. And then for your receivers, here's how I have them ranked this week. I've got T. Higgins is my wide receiver 8. Mike Evans is my wide receiver 9. Marv is out. Marv isn't out. He's on limited snaps. Marv is my wide receiver 24. Probably back a little bit more after a report that he's going to be limited. Michael Wilson is my wide receiver 17. I would definitely roll T. Higgins first. Probably then Mike. I would honestly Mike Evans. T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr. That's how I would rank it. I would choose T. Higgins out of all of them. Henderson or Bucky this week. Look, if there's a game for Bucky to kind of make the most of his opportunities, it's this week. I think it's safe to say if you need a ceiling, you need upside, go Travion. But if you need a steady point, if you need just a steady down the middle of the fairway kind of pick, definitely Bucky Irving is your guy there. Good morning. Should I start AJ, Barter, or Tyler Warren? Also, Khalil Shakir, Burden, or Sampson? This is for the championship in PPR. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like AJ Barter more than Tyler Warren. And then between Shakir, Burden, and Sampson in the championship this week, I like Luther Burden. Dylan Sampson, yes, has opportunity. The Browns offense does not excite me at all. I'm gonna go with Burden on that one. Spades, yes, I would agree with you. Junze is out. That definitely helps. Pretty sure he is. Tyler Warren, Colson Loveland. For my Lions fan, you're gonna hate this, but I'm gonna go Colson Loveland on that one. Lil Bear, Tyler Shuck, or Jackson Dart. What a question. This week, Jackson Dart is my quarterback 16. Tyler Shuck is my quarterback 12. I go to Tyler Shuck on that one. Start 3, bench 2, Michael Pittman, Wan'Dale Robinson, Marvin Harrison, Drake London, Mike Evans. Mike Evans is going to be one of them for sure for me. And then it comes down to Wan'Dale or Drake London. Drake London, if I can find him, he's my wide receiver 12. Wan'Dale, my wide receiver 19. I think we're going to go Drake London on that one. Taysom or Tonjes this week. I'm going to go Jake Tonjes over Taysom. I lost little for Kittle for championship week. So start Tonjes or pick a Barner. Also, BTJ with the Lauren Stacker pickup Kyle Williams. I'm probably going to roll up the stack on that one. Between Tonjes and Barner, I'm going to go with Tonjes on that one. Ken over on Facebook, start 2-1 in the flex, double up running back with Warren and Gainwell, or sub one out to flex in Emeka Egbuka. I would start both Steelers running backs in that scenario. I have a 2 flex spot, Kenny Gainwell, Travion, Jacoby, Jennings. Who do you choose? Juwan Jennings is definitely one of them for me. Then between Henderson, Kenny Gainwell, Jacoby Myers. Oh, gosh. Gosh, I hate this one. Not it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Ceiling a Travion. But I think the correct choice is Jacoby Myers here. I think that's the right choice. JPO Jam, thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much for that. Pick one between Ramondre, Breece Hall, Dowdle, or Taysom Hill in half PPR. I think I'm going to take the chance on Ramondre. I've got no faith in Breece. I got no faith in Rico this week. Taysom Hill, I think it's Ramondre. I just like that Jets matchup could be great for both Travion and Ramondre. Offensive line injuries may hurt that, but at the same time, Kayshon Boutte is out, Mac Hollins is out. Maybe they kind of rely on the run game just a little bit more. PG, thank you so much. By the way, I never said this, but I've been here since week 1. You guys help me get to the ship. I have a 94% chance to win. Thank you guys so much. Let's go. You love to see that. Happy to help you out along the way. Nick, can you give me your top 5 kicker rankings this week? I have Myers, but I'm a little nervous from last week's dud. Do you have anybody that you would start over him? I think of teams that still have to play, I would give a nod to Eddie Pinheiro. I would give a nod to, pretty much any of the high scoring games. So Eddie Pinheiro, Evan McPherson, Borregales. I think that's how you say his name. I still don't know how to say his name. The Patriots kicker. Those are 3 guys for sure that I would, if I had to choose between any of those 3 and Myers, I would start those 3 ahead of Myers. Drake London or Jacoby Myers. I'm going to go with Drake London on that one. Carter, Ethan, Low Bear, thanks for helping out in the chat. Thank you for that. Eagles fan, Tet Marv or Mike Evans. I'm definitely going to go Mike Evans on that one. Warren fan or Juwan Johnson. I think I'm going to go Juwan Johnson. It's between Fannin and Juwan. I give the nod to Juwan because I said this at the top of the live. I got bad vibes with Fannin this week. So Juwan over Taysom Hill, 100%. Yes, that's how I have it this week. Colin over on X. Shout out to all of you listening over on X. Emeka Egbuka, Luther Burden. Call me crazy. I like Luther Burden. Tyler Warren, Taysom Hill, Jake Tonjes. Definitely Jake Tonjes. Out of those 3, pick one. Also need to pick 3 between Burden, Jalen Warren, Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Corum, and Walker. Michael Wilson's for sure one of them. Jalen Warren is another. So between Burden, Marv, Corum, and Ken Walker, I think I'm going to go Ken Walker. I don't feel great about it because it's Ken Walker. if you want, Blake Corum has been pretty steady Eddie. Not gonna lie. He's been pretty steady Eddie. So K-Space for the championship, third place. Hey, it's a championship for everyone, regardless of where you're playing. It's the championship for everybody. PPR pick one between Shakir and Godwin. I'm definitely going to go Chris Godwin on that one. Trevor, my guy, championship in 3 of 4 leagues, so thank you. Bang, let's go. Let's go. Fannin or Tonjes at tight end. That one I'm still going to roll Fannin. Flex based on the tight end answer. Wandale, Diggs, Tet, Fannin, or Tonjes. Diggs higher because of all the Patriots. Yes. So your tight end, I'm starting Tonjes. No, sorry. At tight end, you're starting Fannin. So Wandale, Diggs, Tet, and Tonjes. I think I'm still going. I'm going to go Wandale, Diggs, Tet, Tonjes, kind of the way that you have it right there. Thomas over on Facebook, Drake May or Trevor Lawrence. You can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong. Serious. I please take my non-answer as an answer of literally either one. Either one. Either one. Eagles fan, Drake May, Joe Burrow. Same thing. Same thing. Just choose one. You can't go wrong. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you. I got you, Trev. Thanks for all your support all year long. Much appreciated. Rich over on Facebook. Need to out of Jawan Jennings, Mike Evans, Bucky Irving. Off to a bad start with Jacobs already. We need upside. That's what it sounds like to me. So Jawan Jennings, and honestly, it's probably Mike Evans. Probably the 2 receivers. Diggs or Myers this week from Andrew over on YouTube. I probably going to go with Diggs on that one. Yeah, I think we're going to go Diggs. Ramondre Burton, I'm assuming Luther Burton and Coker. I would think I'm going with Ramondre, probably. Thank you so much for everything this season. Happy to help. Kittle probably also Taysom, Barner, or Tonjes. I like Tonjes, Barner, and then Taysom. Need one in the flex. Rico, Monungai, Parker Washington, Trey Tucker in the flex. In full PPR, I think I'm going to go Kyle Monungai. That's what I was leaning towards as well due to less competition for targets. Andrew, I got you, my guy. All right, I'm going to try my best to try to go back through because I know you guys have been flooding the chat with questions. Thank you for that. That's not a bad thing whatsoever. Sometimes I just can't get to every single one. Otherwise, we get so backlogged that we would be here for a good couple hours. Elena over on Elena, not Alina, Elena over on Facebook. Rico, Saquon, Corum or Walker need to say for sure Saquon. Then between Corum, Walker, and Rico, I think you're still going Ken Walker, but man, something about Blake Corum this week I like more, but I think the right play is Ken Walker. Saquon and Ken Walker, the choices there. Rob, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated, my guy. Drake London, Michael Wilson, Hendo, Jalen Warren, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. The receiver that I'm choosing is London. Then in your flex between Warren, Hendo, and Michael Wilson, I think we're going to go Michael Wilson on that one. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Not by the way, again. Last one for my flex. Start one between Mike Evans, Michael Wilson, Travis Etienne. I'm going to go Mike Evans on that one. Mike Wilson is intriguing just because of the kind of shootout potential, but do you have a gas mask? Nah, I don't. Again, Mike Evans, though, over Michael Wilson. Yeah. Yes, I've been reading the chats in my mind and totally just forgot about the question on the screen. Oh well. Saw the Bencham video too late and missed out on Watson. That's okay. That video was supposed to go up before the Baltimore Packer game. It happens. It's okay. I know. I will be fully honest. That Watson game was a lot better than I expected it to be. So calling on Facebook in the ship because of you. Let's go. Thank you for all the good work. Hey, we're happy to help. That's what we're here for. In full PPR, Tet or Jacoby Myers this week in between Cam Little or Borgalis. Thank you. I like the Patriots kicker. No, you know what? I think I like Cam Little just a little bit more because when I look at the Patriots against the Jets, I don't know if the Jets are exactly going to be slowing down the Patriots and like holding them to field goals, but I can see the Colts defense doing that. So I'm going to go Cam Little. And then Myers over Ted McMillan for sure. So, here we go. Arav, I'm in the chip. Let's go. So in PPR, I get confused on the tight end position. Do I start Jawan, Taysom, Barner, Tonjes? Here's how I order it. Jawan, Tonjes, Barner, Taysom Hill. Now I need a safe floor option with strong upside, so I guess I could start Warren too. Jawan Johnson. It's Jawan Johnson. Yep, Little Bear Jawan asked the same thing. It's Jawan Johnson. The real MVP. Me? No, I'm kidding. Start Warner. No, who start one of two and Ted McMillan. So between Kenny Gainwell and which one is is it Walker maybe? Because the only Warner or is it Warren? Maybe. Real, if you want to clarify who you mean, then I'll answer your question then. Brandon over on Facebook, Jake Tonjes, Jawan Johnson, Taysom Hill, Jawan Johnson there. There we go. It is Jalen Warren. So Jalen Warren and Kenny Gainwell. I like Kenny Gainwell more. And then starting between Tet and Jalen Warren, then if it's half PPR, I would go both Steelers running backs. I would definitely go both Steelers running backs. Juwan Johnson, Harold Phantom, Michael Mayer, pick one. I like Juwan Johnson, followed by Phantom and then Mayer. Pick one between Jalen Warren, Ramondre Stevenson, and Michael Pittman Jr. I like Jalen Warren, unless that's Tyler Warren. Because if that's Tyler Warren, I would lean Ramondre Stevenson then. Mikkel over on Facebook, Mike Evans, Bucky, or Michael Wilson in PPR need big upside because Gibbs and Lamb poo-pooed. That's it. Yeah, I know. Some of us lived that exact same experience and ruined a lot of, yes. Evans, Bucky, and Michael Wilson in PPR, but we need upside. It's between the two receivers. I lean Mike Evans still. I can't fault you, though, if you go Michael Wilson just because of shootout, Marv on a limited snap count, and it's the Bengals. I can't really. Here's my worry. Okay, if Marv is on a limited snap count, that means that Michael Wilson is kind of wide receiver one. Bengals have a shutdown corner by the name of DJ Turner. DJ Turner is then following Michael Wilson all game long. That's why I lean Mike Evans still on that one. He put Shuck over Dart, so I don't know about Williams. Let me find that question because this is a great question. Start Dart, Williams, or Shuck. I like Shuck over Dart, but I like Caleb more than Shuck this week. Caleb's my quarterback 11. Shock is my quarterback 12. Dart is my quarterback 16. Taysom Hill, Michael Mayer, Darren Waller, Mike Gesicki. I like Michael Mayer. Need high upside, Drake London, Mike Evans. That's a Mike Evans one for me. Taysom Hill or Jake Tonjes, Kittle, Loveland tonight. I would definitely go with tonight. And I would play. Do I like it's between? So Kittle is highly unlikely to play. That was the report from Schefter this morning. So it is between Tonjes and Colson Loveland. I'm going to roll with Loveland on that one. What do you think of Michael Wilson? Do I start him over London or AJ Brown? Same format in PPR. I think I'm going to start Michael Wilson over AJ Brown. Victor on Facebook, Fannin or Henry, not 100%. I agree. I'm going to go Hunter Henry on that one. Jacoby Myers or Drake London in PPR. That's a Drake London one for me. PPR, Breece Hall or Marvin Harrison Jr. need upside. I'm playing against Henry. Neither of them are going to give you upside, unfortunately. Give me some options on waivers, and I can help you out from there. Kyle on Facebook, Taysom Hill and Michael Mayer. I'm going to go Michael Mayer on that one. Starting Carter and Corum. Bench Dowdle, Stevenson. I was going to play Stevenson, but with Henderson back, I don't think he'll do anything. He'll do something. But because Trevion is back, that puts him into that like Blake Corum tier. And I agree with you. I would play Blake Corum over Ramondre at that point. Championships weekend. Good luck to all. And thank you, Little Bear. Hey, Little Bear. Hey, round of applause for Little Bear helping out in the chat. Much appreciated. My guy Little Bear is helping out. Big time. Victor on Facebook again in PPR, Blake Corum, Kyle Manon guy. I like Blake Corum. Is there a reason you would start Wilson over London? No. I think almost every time I would still take Drake London over Michael Wilson. Simon on Facebook, Samson with Judkins out or Parkinson with Devontae out. Samson. Just that's a volume thing. That's a volume play for me. Josh on Facebook, AJ Barner, Colson Loveland. Probably Loveland. Hurts or Caleb Williams in PPR. I think you still got to play Hurts. I don't feel great about the weather, though. Oh, I meant to say AJ Brown. Aha, yes. So is there a reason you would start Wilson over AJ Brown? Because of Buffalo's pass defense. Actually, let me confirm. So the one for sure thing is the weather in Buffalo. It's not looking great. Last time I checked, I will even look again real quick for you guys. Starting at about 1 o'clock all the way until about 10 o'clock, there is a 10% chance of rain. I believe there's a lakeshore flood warning today. And it stays in effect from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Now, it's lakeshore. That's not like at the stadium or anything, but don't feel great about it. So there's that part for sure. And if I'm not mistaken, let me pull this up. Just had to remember what website I was looking for. The Bills on the year allowing the 8th fewest fantasy points to receivers all year, and the 6th fewest yards allowed to receivers. They are also allowing, where are they? They're bottom half of the league in touchdowns, bottom 5 in receptions allowed. Like, it's not looking great for AJ Brown. That's all that I'll say. Tony on Facebook picked 2 between London, Myers, and McMillan. It's the first 2 for me. I would go Myers and then London. Borey, Gallus, or Jason Myers. I would definitely go with Borey on that one. Monungai, Samson, Carter, pick 1. I like Michael Carter. Out of that bunch. Henderson or Swift projected to win by 20.5 PPR. I like Swift. I really, really like Swift. Purdy with Jennings and CMC stack or Stafford. Have Allen, Purdy, and Stafford into quarterback. Too much riding on the Niners? Absolutely not. It's too much riding if it was like the Raiders or if it was the Jets or somebody like that. But when it's the Niners, one of the best offenses, it's not really a bad strategy. So in 2 quarterback, you're for sure starting Stafford. And honestly, I think it's okay to get away with Purdy when you have CMC and Jennings. Josh Allen might be on your bench. I think that's okay. This week. Rico Dowdle or Kyle Williams in the ship, bro. Not sure what I'm going to do. I'm thinking Rico, but what do you think about Williams? I kind of like Kyle Williams more than Rico. I really just, the Carolina run game is just not what it used to be anymore. I'm not sure though that Kyle Williams is exactly the right play there either though. That's the thing. So here's what I'll say. I like the upside that Kyle Williams has because I'm not sure what the upside is for Rico, but if you need somebody or if you need the I know exactly what I'm getting guy here, it's Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle will still get you touches, so you can at least bank on that a little bit better. Do you think Michael Wilson will get a lot of things with Marv? And it says since he is 6th on the ranking in fantasy for defense, I think he'll still get some. They are they are 6th in defense because they can't stop the run. But against receivers this year, they are allowing the 4th fewest fantasy points per game to receivers. It's not as great of a matchup for these Cardinals receivers as we think it is. I have 15% chance to win, but I got McBride, Achane, Evans, and Pollard. Am I cooked? No, but you do need Achane and Evans. You need that Tampa-Miami game to be a decent game. Am I crazy for am I crazy to consider starting T-Law or Dart over Josh Allen? You're crazy to consider Dart over Josh Allen. Not crazy for considering Lawrence over Josh Allen, though. Parker Washington, Trey Tucker, or Rico Dowdle. I think I'm going to go Rico on that one just because I know what I'm getting. But if you want to take a chance on probably maybe just a little bit more upside, it's Parker Washington. Defense question. Start one, please, between Seattle and the Saints. I think I'm going to ride with Seattle against Carolina. I think I'm going to go Seattle just because they're one of the best defenses in the league. But if you think that Carolina's offense could do a bit, against them, the Saints getting the Titans is definitely not a bad fallback option. Lou the Seal, Drake London, or Juwan Jennings. I'm scared London might not play. London will play. He will play. I would still go with London. But if you are not convinced, that's just my personal conviction. If you are too worried to play London, Juwan Jennings is not a terrible fallback option either. Patriots defense or Steelers defense? I'm going to go with the Patriots defense on that one. Liam, hey man, love the show. Much appreciated. Thank you for that. Walker, Stevenson, or Burden, and then flex in full PPR. I think I'm going to go Ken Walker on that one. It is what it is. I think Ramondre is better suited for half PPR. Burden, Not a bad option there, but I think Ken Walker has the ability to make the most on his touches compared to the other two guys. Should have started Omarion Hampton or Christian Watson because they both did good. Unfortunate. It happens. Also, so you think the play is Michael Wilson over AJ Brown? I could also put in all the tight ends recently said. I would still stick Michael Wilson over AJ Brown. K9 or Jalen Warren, thank you. I'm going to go with Jalen Warren on that one. Juwan Johnson, Dallas Goedert. We're going to go with Juwan Johnson. Let's see here. Should I start Breece Hall or Michael Carter? Little Bear gets it. Michael Carter is the answer there. Alex on YouTube, I made a bold move and started Malik Willis in the championship. Call me crazy. Had a feeling. I ain't calling you crazy. That was a sweet play. That was a sweet play. That was the upside that he had, though. That was the only thing about Willis that we had was, does Jordan Love play? You know what I mean? Tony Pollard, Breece Hall, Trevion Henderson, Pollard, Breece Hall. Should I start Luther Burden or Michael Wilson? Michael Wilson, still for sure on that one. Tyrone Tracy, Jalen Warren. I give the nod to so let's pull up my rankings here. Jalen Warren is my running back 22, and Tyrone Tracy, my running back 19. I like Tyrone Tracy. Evans and Myers over Michael Wilson. I like Michael Wilson over Jacoby Myers. Taysom Hill, AJ Barner. That's an AJ Barner one for me. Travion, Chase Brown, ETN, JT Need. One needs to be benched. Who are you benching? It's between JT and Henderson. I think it's Henderson. Henderson's the one to be benched there. Jake, I got you, my friend. I got you here. Henderson or Mike Evans? It's okay, Little Bear. I got you. You can take. I got you on this one. It's Mike Evans. Mike Evans on that one. Even with the DJ Moore illness that just came up, he's playing. Luther Burden, Michael Wilson for sure on that one. Devonta Smith or Ramondre from Tyson. I like Ramondre. Brenton Strange, Jake Tonjes. I've got London in case Kittle plays. Again, I'm going off of what Schefter said. It's highly unlikely that Kittle plays. Honestly, between Tonjes, Strange, and Loveland, I like Strange the most, and then Loveland, and then Tonjes. Need three in the Need three. One in the flex, a wide receiver 2, and a running back 2. Michael Carter, Blake Corum, Ramondre Stevenson. For your running back 2 spot, I would go Michael Carter. For your wide receiver 2, AJ Brown, Michael Wilson, and Parker Washington. Probably Michael Wilson. And then in the flex, AJ Brown, Parker Washington, Blake Corum. I think your flex should still be AJ Brown then at that point. I'm picking up every single Panthers player and starting them because I'm cooked, praying for a miracle. Well, you know what? Crazier things have happened. Please answer Rico, Samson, or Michael Carter. I like Michael Carter out of those 3. Wilson over Myers, even with the matchup. I think Indy has been falling off a little bit, but I look at high scoring game in Arizona, Cincinnati, and that's where I put my eggs. That's the basket I put my eggs in. Hunter Henry, Darren Waller, definitely go Hunter Henry. Fourth and forever. Amazing. Thank you much. Of course, I got you. Sammy over on Facebook, Drake, May, Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy. You can't. I hate to not give you an answer, but please take this as my answer. You can't go wrong. Whichever you feel the best about this week, play them. They highly unlikely that any of those guys lead you astray. I'm just going to say it. Highly unlikely that any of those guys lead you astray. Stafford or Brissett this week. Ooh, excuse me. I would definitely go Stafford on that one. Michael Wilson or Michael Carter for my last flex spot. I had King Henry help a bit. Also Joe Burrow, T-Law, or Stafford. Well, your quarterback, same thing. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. None of them are going to lose you your week, if that makes sense. So Michael Wilson or Michael Carter, that's what it comes down to. I'm going to go Michael Wilson. Darnold or Show. Yeah, there. Yeah, or it's Shuck. I like Tyler Shuck. I do like Tyler Shuck. Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Warren, and Ramondre Stevenson benching one. We're benching Ramondre on that one. Ramondre Stevenson or Breece Hall. Between the two of them, I think I go Ramondre Stevenson. We got that one already. Seahawks or Patriots defense. I like the Patriots defense this week. Pollard, Waddle, Carter start 2. Pollard and Carter, in my opinion. Mondo, I got you. Can someone else in the chat answer me? Who do I start at my flex? Devonta or Samson or Burden? I'm in the ship. Let's go. I probably Dylan Sampson, but Devonta. I think I'm going to go Dylan Sampson on that one. Happy championship week. Need a flex. Rico, Brees, or Manungai. Here's my rankings. Okay. My rankings at running back this week. Brees Hall is my running back 34. Rico, my running back 28. Kyle Manungai is my running back 29. But here's where I'm actually, if I had the chance to go back and like redo my rankings, I think I would play Kyle Manungai over Rico Dowdle. Full PPR in the ship between Michael Wilson, Tyler Warren, Michael Wilson for sure. Ran with Allen all season. I would like to pivot to Burrow or T-Law. I am leaning T-Law as my opponent is Jamar Chase. Oh, no. If your opponent has Jamar Chase, you should play Burrow then. Also, I do have James Cook. It's a bigger deal. Allen robs tutties, which is fair. I think Burrow is the quarterback to play. Because your opponent has Chase, any touchdown pass that goes to Chase is points for Burrow. You can kind of like hedge your bets a little bit with Burrow over Lawrence. Yes, Lawrence could finish higher than Burrow this week, but that is just fantasy strategy, right? The only thing that you pray for is that like Trevor Lawrence doesn't put up like a 40 burger. That's the only thing. But I like the shootout with Cincinnati and Arizona, especially for the Bengals. Burrow or Hurts, I like Burrow. Michael Wilson or Luther Burden in standard. With the recent DJ Moore news, that's a Michael Wilson one. I think if there's anything that we can, it's not necessarily that we can bank on, but I like the Bears are one of the best running teams in the league. And the one thing that San Francisco, yes, sold out to, but stopped against Indy was the run. I don't expect them to have that same success against Chicago. So I'm still going with Michael Wilson on that one. It's 11:43. Okay, we're gonna go for about 2 more minutes. Turn you guys loose, make some changes in your lineups then. Loveland or Juwan Johnson in standard. Juwan Johnson. Good luck to everyone for all the help Thank you so much for all the help. Currently fighting for third place right now. Hey, third place would get you your money back in most leagues. So that's a championship in itself. Okay, thank you. Also, I dropped Jawan and tried to grab Tonjes only because I have CMC. No. You should keep Jawan Johnson there. With Kittle most likely out, do I put in Barner right now or should I wait? Put in Tonjes if Kittle is officially ruled out. I would do that. I'm already preparing for Tonjes for Kittle to be out. Schefter said it was highly unlikely, but if you still have hope that Kittle plays, you can keep him in your lineup since you have Tonjes, you have the easy swap out then. So took Bengals over 31.5 points. Love the play, even if the win becomes a factor in the second half. Agreed. Cody, that's an awesome play. Love it. Please pray for our teams. That was my last request. Everyone in this chat deserves to hoist that championship trophy. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone deserves it. So he is the best one I'm found. So you are wrong, sir. Little Bear, my guy. You're the best, man. You're the best. Couple more here. Trey on Facebook. Olave or Jacoby Myers. Definitely Chris Olave for sure on that one. Who's wide receiver number 1 for Pittsburgh? Probably Pat Freiermuth. Actually, in all seriousness, it's probably Kenny Gainwell. Yes, it's probably Kenny Gainwell. So, all right, save your last question here. Washington, Kyle Williams, or Michael Carter in the flex? I like Michael Carter. Alrighty, y'all. Championship week is here. It's been here, I guess, but now it's the finale. The grand finale is here. So best of luck to all of you, no matter what place you're playing for. Maybe you're trying to avoid the punishment. Maybe you're just trying to make your money back in third place. Maybe you're going for the championship ring, belt, payout, whatever it is that the grand prize is. Hopefully we can lock away a victory today, come away victorious, and we can celebrate at some point. Maybe it's next week. I'm not even sure if we're going live next week because I'm just going to say it. If your commissioner plays until week 18, you need to have a conversation with them that says, we can be doing this. Okay. So, again, hopefully best of luck to all of you. A little bit of last question because you've helped out. I will give you the last question here. Thanks, bro. Wish everyone good luck. Thanks for the confidence. That's what I'm here for. Jake, Dart, or Brissett, definitely go Brissett. Irvin, Corum, or Samson, definitely go Bucky Irving on that one. And last question for edits. Oh, where is it? There it is. I think is this the one? Full PPR, have a tight end and flex spot open. I have McBride, Fannin, Travion, and Bucky. Definitely play McBride. And then in your flex spots, probably going to go Travion if you need the upside. But if you need a steady Eddie, probably go Bucky then. So non-PPR start 2-1 running back, BTJ, Diggs, or T. Higgins. You're going to start the 2 receivers, Diggs and Higgins. Running back, Carter, Henderson, or Kyron. I'm going to go with Kyron this week. Yeah, I'm going to go Kyron on that one. We are champions after today. That's what I'm talking about, Ryan. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thanks for the advice. Good luck, everyone, this weekend. Yes, good luck to each and every one of you. I know I said this last week as well, right before Christmas. Want to just reiterate it again. Greatly appreciate all of your support, all of your views, all of that stuff with our content and all the advice that we give you. Hopefully it's been helpful for you. If not, I hope that at least we're entertaining enough for you. So if you're not following, if you find enjoyment, if you find help with this, make sure that you're subscribed. We're not going away during the off season. We're still helping you out with dynasty advice. We're helping you out, or trying to give you our thoughts and opinions on the draft and free agency, all that kind of stuff. So we're not going away anytime soon. So we'd love to keep you around as well. So hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for your support. It goes a long way. It means more than you guys could ever know. So, alrighty, y'all. Again, best of luck. Good luck. We will see you sometime soon here in the near future. Deuces.